So welcome to my review of this rather more modern Hotpoint WMFL833 Futura range washing machine, and it comes to me. Now I've spliced in a few things, so it's not originally this model number, but we changed the board and stuff over, so now it is. But so essentially it has an 8 kilo drum, which is also used on the 9, and has a 1300 RPM spin. Which might be 1300 RPM, it might be 1400 RPM, who knows these days. So anyway, we'll just say the fact that it's 1300 RPM. It got an A+++ rating, and I took a photo of this and the old Hotpoint style I scrapped down, and you looked at both and there wasn't any difference other than the style having 1350 RPM spin and a ++ rating. So it's literally like, this is a later one after that, so it's like they literally come up with a model number by just simply adding on a plus and taking off the 50 off the 1350. Although I'm pretty sure it probably still spins at 1350, which is it's true, rather than being raised at 1400 RPM. Yeah, just morph over that if you're just a normal person. Yeah, I'll go into that another day. Anyway, so we'll take a look at it. It's got its Hotpoint round door with its door handle. These are prone to snapping, but they're quite cheap to replace, so the door seal's been cleaned and put back on, as I always do, because they always come mouldy, unfortunately. And inside we've got this humongous 65 litre drum, which is plenty big enough for pretty much everything. These are rated so big that you can actually get like a double duvet easily into there, possibly a king. And indeed, those with this drum sometimes come with a duvet program, so yeah, it is possible for a duvet, and there is no duvet program on this though. You got your kick flap down there with an emergency door release and your filter. So on the detergent drawer flap, we have our list of programs with corresponding numbers to the program dial. So I'm going to go through them with you now, and then obviously I'm going to move over for here. So number 1 is anti-stain 40 degrees. This will allow you to remove 100 stains at 40 degrees for a reduced load of 5 kilo. 2 is whites at 60. It's an elongated 60 degree program to allow the biological detergent to work its best with the bleach to get your whites perfectly white instead of using 90. Then program 3, we've got cotton standard 60. This is your eco program at 60 degrees. Program 4 is eco, basically eco 40. Program 5 is eco 20. There is no cotton standard 20, but it is basically the cotton standard 40, just set at 20 to be honest. That's all it is. Then we got synthetics program, which goes up to 60 degrees, which is a bonus because normally they only go up to 50. Not this time though, so that's pretty good because I like washing bedding at 60 on synthetics. Then we've got our special programs. We've got anti-algae at 60 degrees. Now this does more rinses and holds temperature at 60 for longer to remove bed mites and stuff like that. Baby 40. It's made for delicate laundry, delicate baby laundry. To be honest, it's not really a baby program. like, to be honest, like all other baby care, baby toddler programs that I've used on other machines are much more like the anti-allergy program. I'm just saying, the baby 40 program is better for those synthetic baby fibres, or especially those that are stained as well anyway. It does have a holding period of 40 degrees for around half an hour, so it's pretty good at removing stains. It spins as a reduced spin of 1000 RPM because of obviously mixed cotton and synthetic fibres. So then we've got a bed and bath program at 60 degrees. It's a shorter 60 degree cycle, allows you to wash bed linen and bath towels at the same time, though I don't recommend it at all, and would rather use put bedding in bed and bath on its own and then towels in on its own on the same program. It's basically split them really. Takes about 2 hours, so I'll go through the cycle times in a minute. So fast wash 60, 60-minute program, 60 degrees. You can only wash a reduced load of 3.5 kilo. It's a bit less than half load. Does a full spin and is for lightly soiled laundry. Fast wash 30, also known as mix 30 on other machines, allows you to wash cotton and synthetics, different colours that are lightly soiled in 30 minutes at 30 degrees for 3 kilo, which has never changed no matter what size machine you have. I've got a 5 kilo Hotpoint around the corner, it's still 3 kilo even on that. Down under extras, these are more like special programs, I suppose. Anyway, we've got the shirts program at 40 degrees. This washes with a heap load of water and has a special reduced action to reduce creasing. It automatically does an endless anti-crease phase at the end, so you will come to your machine and the door will still be locked, but the start pause button will be flashing, so just hit start pause and it will just end the cycle there and then. We've got a wool cycle at 40 degrees. Now this is Hotpoint's Platinum wool cycle that does a distribution action to stop the woolens actually falling on top of each other and tangling them within each other, like a normal mechanical wash action. Pretty effective. It's always been effective in my eyes for what it is. So the max load for shirts is 2 kilo, max is for wool 2 kilo, and then we've got a delicates 30 degrees. Ideally one item. Delicates is made for silk. It does no spinning action at the end, so everything will come out dripping wet. Does very gentle action. Anyway, and then we've got rinse and spin. It's actually rinses and spin because it does 2 rinses, and the final fast spin at max revs at 1300 RPM. Then we've got spin and pump out. So you can do a spin only up to 1300 RPM. If you select no spin, it'll do drain only. Oh, and here's the cycle times. So we've got 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours 20, 3 hours 5, 2 hours 55, 1 hour 40, 3¼ hours, 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, half an hour, 1 hour 40, 1 hour 30, 1 hour 20. So I'm going to show you, so I'm going to turn this on. Right, so when we turn it on, we've come up with the last program used and options, as well as end. We'll go straight around to program 1 with anti-stain. So anti-stain there, 40 degrees, it's 3 hours. Generally can't have any options apart from extra super wash. I'll go into them in a minute. Then we've got whites at 60. You can reduce the temperature on all these as well, and the spin. Then cotton standard 60 degrees, program 3. So Cotton standard 60 degrees, if you notice, there's no 90-degree cycle, but however there is. On cotton standard 60, if you select 90 degrees on your program dial, you actually get a boil wash at 90 degrees. You also get a 90 degree or 70 degree, a shorter cycle basically. If you select these two, if you select 60, you get the 3 hours 20 long cotton standard, as well as 40 as well. If you select, and then if you select 50, 40 or 30 or 20, you get a shorter version of a shorter normal cotton cycle, which is based on the 90 cycle actually. So if you want the shorter 40 version, you select program 3, then select 40 degrees, and that should be about 2 hours or so. 2 hours, I don't know exactly what it is, because obviously there's no display on here, but that's roughly what it is. Going back over here, so we've got our program options. On this program we can select all of them, so we're going to go through them all. Right, Super Wash. Super Wash does that. It's for heavily stained laundry. It washes with more water and has an extended phase. Extra rinse. Normally it does 2 rinses on most of these programs. Selecting extra rinse will do a third. It's for those with sensitive skin or basic codes. So I don't know, maybe washing a coat or something that absorbs detergent more. So selecting extra rinse will get rid of that detergent. Easy iron, rather fascinating on this. So what it does is it will reduce the final spin to around 600 RPM automatically. It will add on an extra rinse. It will do intermittent spin cycles slower as well. It does a different wash action. It puts more water into the rinsers, and it basically completely changes the cycle altogether. It's recommended you put less laundry in, and at the end of some of these cycles where easy iron is applicable, cotton cycles I don't think it does it, but on synthetics, delicates and other cycles, it will go into an endless anti-crease phase. So what happens is once it gets to that stage, the start pause button will flash orange. It will be in that drain mode there, and all you got to do is hit the start button and it will actually just finish the cycle and unlock the door for you. Then we've got the time saver option, quite handy because it's only effective on a few cycles, but mostly on the cotton standard cycles. It cuts the time down greatly. So on cotton standard 60, it reduces it from 3 hours 20, if you set it at 60, to an hour and a half, which is pretty good. So yeah, 90, we'll look on 90 as well. So normally about nearly 3 hours on 90, it reduces to about 2 hours 20 or so, something like that. Same with cotton standard 40, it's going to reduce it to an hour 20. Cotton standard 20, around an hour 20 as well. Then synthetics, time saver on this will reduce it from 1 hour 40 if it's at 60 degrees to roughly an hour and a quarter, which isn't too bad. I know I'm quickly running through it. Time saver's gone off on anti-allergy. Then we've got baby of 40, obviously bed and bath. 60, obviously you've got easy iron and time saver still. Time saver only takes off around 10 minutes, 20 minutes or so. Not a great deal. I suppose it's handy if you just want to save a bit of time. More for lightly soiled, I suppose, but nothing really lightly soiled on a bed and bath cycle. Again, super wash is also available, and extra rinse. In fact, all the options available on bed and bath. Then you got fast wash at 60 degrees. None of these options, apart from easy iron and extra rinse, available, which is quite handy actually on an hour-long program. If you've got sensitive skin, press extra rinse. It comes at an hour 10, but even so, it's not too bad. Then program 11 fast wash 30, and we've actually got time saver. This enables a hidden 15-minute wash. So this allows you to wash 1.5 kilo of lightly soiled laundry in just 15 minutes. It runs a similar course to Fast Wash 30. It still does it at 800 RPM. It still does it at 30 degrees. I'm going to put 30 degrees in there. It doesn't really have time to get to 30 degrees. More of a splash about. But it's quite handy to have hidden away a time saver option. Then we've got the shirt cycle, wool cycle, and so on the wool cycle we've got extra rinse, and it will add on 2 extra rinses. So just be aware, it adds on quite a bit of time doing that actually. Adds on around 20 minutes rather than 10. Then finally we've got delicates as well. We've still got easy iron. Now easy iron will suspend the delicates, unlike the other cycles that I've gone on about where it normally just gets to the end and we'll do an anti-crease phase. The delicates, easy iron's a bit different in where it will actually suspend the laundry in the final rinse water instead. Because there's no final spin, it will, when you press start at the end of that easy iron stage, when you press start at the end of the basically what's rinse hold stage, the easy iron stage in Delicates 30, it will then just drain out the water. As soon as it's done that, it will unlock the door, and therefore you can grab your laundry. Just simply because it's got no final spin. And that's what easy iron does there. Right, we got to grips with it. Yeah, and same with like extra rinse and stuff like that. You can have easy iron. But it's not applicable in the fire, it's just spin only. Also spin only if you want a slow synthetic spin, just reduce your spin speed and then press start and you'll be fine. And then there's drain only. When you're not reducing any temperatures or not reducing any spin, always keep them up to maximum. It won't go above the stated degrees unless you're using constant 60. In which case, obviously, it's like 90, it will do 90 wash. But yeah, no, it's a pretty good system with hidden programs, which is quite weird and quirky. Right, I suppose we'll load up. So we've got 5 bath towels in there. So our detergent drawer in here, we've got, this is for your pre-wash, but there's no pre-wash section, so you never have to use this at all. We've got our main wash detergent sector there, so we're going to put our powder in there. We've got a little groove there for the liquid detergent indicator. These often go missing. They normally reside in there, but people don't put them back, they just simply put them to one side and then just go missing, unfortunately. And then finally we've got a fabric softener grate here, your fabric softener chamber here, with a max indicator. You can get about 100ml of the fabric softener in there, which is quite a lot. Actually, you can get quite a bit of powder in here as well. That's 50ml. It's not really, you know, it's hardly anything in there. So you can get about 300ml in that chamber. And if you do need extra powder for whatever reason, you haven't got room here, you can still put it in the pre-wash, because at the start of every cycle, it will fill through the pre-wash first before going into the main wash. So it should take in the majority of detergent if you put any in here. Right, so I'm going to select program 3. I'm going to select 60 degrees. I'm going to select time saver. So we've got an instant locking and unlocking door. So you don't have to wait around at the end of the cycle for it to unlock once it's finished. We've even got a little red light there to indicate that it's locked. Right, we've also got our set of indicators here. This means wash, that means rinse, that means spin, that means drain / anti-grease, and then it will come up light up green once the cycle is finished, though after 5 minutes the display will go out, and as soon as you switch back on it will still go back to green on the end anyway, to indicate what it's up to. So in a minute it will do a brief drain. That's normal, because what that does is it stops the detergent going straight from there into the pump at the stops the detergent coming from there straight into the bottom where the pump is. Stops it doing that, so it makes detergent more effective. Now we're going to fill for the main wash. Detergent. Another thing is that this, with a full load, will take around an hour 40, an hour 30. Because this isn't a full load, we might save about 10 minutes or so on the cycle, thanks to the load sensor that's inside. So for the first 10-15 minutes it will spend its time doing these slow tumbles on top of the water. The amount of water it puts in will automatically go by the computer to then tell the machine how big the load is for that program. Obviously we're washing 5 bath towels, probably around about 3 kilo, so it's less than half load, so we should save a bit of time. It also means that the rinse cycles, water level or time are affected. Right, so let's take a look then. They smell gorgeous. And they're very dry. Bonus. There we go. So I'm going to give this out of 10. 8 out of 10. Right. The trouble just with this model is the fact that how pricey it was. Because the others had displays telling you how long was left, it don't really make sense to buy this model. Other than that, it washes well, it performs well. Because of the 8 kilo being classed as 8 kilo and nothing else, you actually get really good performance. When you start putting 10 in, pop. But yeah, other than that, it's actually pretty good all-rounder. Good machine. The only downsides I don't like is the fact obviously 90 is here and the fact that there's a 15-minute wash that they don't label out. So, no really, they don't even put it in the manual. Right. I hope you've enjoyed this review as much as I've made making it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.